We have Troy Aikman out here on the track versus the football field. What the heck? Are you a big racing fan?
Well, we own the team. Staubach and I, the 96 car. So we're hoping to have a good day today. We got Ron Fellows driving the car. Tony Raines has been our driver all season long. In fact, was last year as well. But Ron's a very accomplished road driver, and we're hoping to have a big day today.
So talk about some of the similarities, quite a few similarities between football and racing, including the pit stop.
Well, I think a lot of people at home, primarily think of the driver, maybe the crew chief, but once they get beyond those two people, they don't think a lot about the other players that are involved. And it's like football, it's like baseball, it's like any team sport, to where you got to have good people and you got to have talented people, and they all have to be working in unison and on the same page. And if you get that, like Jeff Gordon's been getting this year, and like Tony Stewart's been getting, over the years, then you have a chance to be really successful, and that's what we're working towards.
What do you think about this sport? I mean, it's just growing and growing and growing. I mean, look at this fan base out here. It's amazing.
It really is, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to get involved in the sport. I mean, the fans here are terrific. They're very, very loyal. You go to each of the races each weekend, and this is the kind of crowd that they bring in. And to be a part of a sport that continues to grow in popularity is exciting for all of us.
What do you think that racing does that maybe the NFL could do a little bit better to draw in more fans?
That's a good question, and I think that one of the great things about NASCAR is that the superstars of this sport, that being the drivers, they're very accessible to the fans, and the sponsors really get a return on their advertising investment because of the exposure that they get. And all the people involved in the sport understand what drives it, and that is the sponsorships. And I think that in the other sports, particularly football, it's a sport that I know, we could do a better job in that sport of allowing better access to our game and better access to our superstars. It would be met with a lot of reluctance, I understand that, but I think that's one of the great things that NASCAR has going for them.
Just the football players supporting the race car drivers supporting the football players. I mean, it's just amazing camaraderie.
Well, it really is, and you'll find that a number of the NASCAR fans, most of them really are big football fans as well, so there's tremendous crossover. I know a number of football players have tried their hand in racing and get involved in the ownership side of things, but there's a lot of synergy between the two sports.
And the one thing that racing has, but football doesn't, is that these drivers are able to pretty much change their tires halfway through the game.
Well, that's right. Yeah, but and then the other part of it too, which is great for NASCAR and NASCAR fans, is that all of the teams are playing every Sunday on the same field, and obviously you don't get that in football either.